Hey guys, welcome to our review of Attack on Titan episode 51, season 3 episode 2. I'm your host Makotoa. With me today we have
Cinder Blaze. By the way, it's not season 3, episode 2. It's like
Oh,
episode
it's season
14 or
3.
something. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Never mind, my bad. The small details. Episode 52,
Yeah.
right? 51. um yeah, so we got introduced to the rods this episode. We got introduced to a couple of different things. Between that and our commander's personal ambition,
Yeah,
which
and we spent like half of the episode of the two just strategists, like Erwin and the Beast Titan, who, we know as his father, just kind of like battling it out. They're
yeah
both, the Beast Titan's trying to kill all their horses like he did last time. I remember him like chucking the rocks at the horses last, or maybe like part one or last season. Like the horses just going flying all over the
that
place.
was ridiculous.
Yeah, but now they got a plan because they got to make sure that they're not gonna get boxed in, because that's what the Titans are kind of doing right now. They're all going in. We just have a bunch of like little minions, and I remember like in the middle of this episode, or one of the more senior officers were like, "Man, these are like the small Titans, and we're still struggling with these."
Yeah, that sucks. It's the new recruits or the current brigade. Just, I mean, all their good troops have been killed at this point, right?
Yeah, and this
So
isn't even like Aaron's group. This is like they recruited some military police and some other people on
yeah,
the way too. So of course they're probably not the most, uh, you know, apt at fighting Titans, but
yeah.
they sure did try. And with that new weapon that we discovered that our engineering department came up with, the freaking missiles.
Yes, the Thunder. What was it called? Thunder. What's the name of the episode?
Yeah,
Something Thunder. I can't remember right off the top of my head.
yeah,
Thunder Spears. There we go.
yeah,
Yeah. I mean, they. I knew when they were gonna go when they went into that flashback to like explain it. I'm like, oh, I know we're never gonna get to see him really like get off because of that. I mean, that's just how it is. We only get 22 minutes just to try and enjoy as much as we can before the next cliffhanger. That's always been Attack on Titan, honestly, so I can't really complain too much. But man, it, it
yeah.
no other show is gonna make you like as I don't know eager to just get into the next episode and make that week wait more painful.
Okay, yeah, but like for this episode, I don't think that Reiner was going to die at all because they didn't spend that much time on him. Like usually for a character that important, they're going to like have everyone kind of like talk to each other and like kind of like sort out some of their differences or something like that.
They'll have a
This isn't like
flashback, and also like when we actually watched the episode at the end of it, we were like, or you said you said you didn't think he was gonna die because the budget wasn't there. Like if there was a character death, we would have had a bit more than what we got. And
yeah,
comparatively, this episode wasn't the highest budget we've ever seen in an Attack on Titan episode. That's for sure.
yeah, and
Still
like
good,
we
still better than most shows. Sorry.
and we can't really have like I already lost my thought. Never mind. Oh, continue.
Yeah, so I mean, at the end of the day, it's no secret I friggin' hate Reiner and Bertold. I mean, like, I know you don't care what happens to Bertold. You actually like have some semblance of like care for Reiner just because he's probably a more interesting character, which he is. I mean, it was interesting, or should I say, he had kind of like a sympathy moment when he was like having a mental breakdown a season or two ago
He
after he
also
captured.
talked and interacted with the rest of our characters, whereas like Bertold was a quiet one who only confided to Reiner. So like I don't have as much sympathy for him. But even with like I think one of the latter half of like season two, we did kind of sympathize with him for a bit because we did get to see like his side of things about the whole Titan attack and shit. So that's
Yeah.
whatever. But I don't think that Reiner was gonna die just because he's he's no longer like one of just like a side character that we can just like randomly kill off with the shock
No.
value. Like he's an antagonist now, so we
Yeah.
actually have to like set it up and prep for it, especially one that's been with us for so long. If we just kind of like off him and are left with Bertold, I think anyone's gonna like that, even if he does provide the same kind of
Yeah, I
feel.
think the most interesting aspect about Bertold was when we were briefly told that he had a crush on Annie, but
That
she's
was
freaking.
Reiner.
Oh, that was Reiner?
Yeah,
No. No,
that was
Reiner has a
Reiner.
thing. No, Reiner has a thing for um freaking.
Annie.
No. Reiner likes the queen.
Oh yeah, never mind.
Yeah,
Krista. Fuck.
Krista.
Yeah.
And Bertold was the one who had a crush on Annie, I believe, from the flashbacks. So I mean, that's probably the most. Maybe we'll see more from him in the future. I don't think he's gonna die either yet because, like you said, we just haven't gotten enough focus on him at the moment. I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm just scared for Armin. That's all. I feel it.
I don't know
I
why you feel that. Okay, like he's safe until like the end of the series. They're preparing Erwin to die because he's like even talking about it in this episode. He's just like, well, shit. If I die right here, at least I can like make a break
oh
for
my
it to
goodness,
to
that
Aaron's
was
basement.
okay.
To
That
see
was a
what's
little
up.
bit unexpected. I and it looking back when we got that in the carriage, I think after they had taken the city in the main capital and the
Yeah.
rebellion was successful, the coup was successful and or whatever, and they managed to get freaking uh, I keep forgetting her name, the queen. They got her to become the new head of the household or head for the entire city and stuff.
The Queen.
Yeah, she. I'm trying to remember her name though.
Krista.
I keep thinking Clefabo. I don't know why. Anyways, um, yeah. So, no, Erwin was in a carriage with some other old dude that he seemed to know or was semi fond of. The guy who kind of like made a torture device for somebody because of he was like bitter or petty or whatever. But this guy tells him, hey, you're just as selfish as I am, or something like that. And it didn't make sense to me at the time because back then, really, Erwin just seemed like the I don't know, kind of like
The perfect leader.
yeah,
Like,
the perfect leader for humanity, and he had humanity's best interests in mind for the most part. And he was fearless and like freaking I don't know, he seemed like he was ready to sacrifice himself if need be. So I didn't understand why that guy would say it until this episode, really. When we hear this kind of thing. So I guess that old man maybe had a I don't know, premonition about it or whatever, but we got some foreshadowing that far back, and I remember it distinctly because it didn't make sense to me then. So I don't know. Maybe he'll die. It's he'll. I'm wondering if they'll wait at least long enough for him to meet his dad, the
yeah,
Beast Titan.
but I feel like that's not necessary. I feel like that's one of those things where we might not get fulfillment.
Hmm.
Like he might just kill his son, and we just have to kind of move on with that. And then maybe Aaron and Levi can deal with it afterwards. Because I really don't think the Beast Titan is going to be dying in this arc, and Erwin has quite a few death flags on him, especially for this episode.
Place your bets, guys. Comments down below. Who's gonna die? Right? What did you think of Aaron this episode? I mean, he was
Oh
getting
yeah,
down on himself for the beginning of it and had to like remember his deep seated hatred for the Titans so that he wouldn't be nervous anymore. Isn't that great when you can get over your nerves by focusing on hatred and revenge?
yeah. I thought it was pretty neat, but like I didn't kind of consider it like a real like fight just because like Aaron isn't like fresh. He already transformed in Titan. I'm pretty sure like he kind of get tired after like kind of going in and out a couple times. So
Mm-hmm.
it's just like but he did put in a pretty good fight. He has like
Oh,
those
he's
like
got the
knuckles,
freaking the not metal
the
knuckles. What are they? Crystal
hardening. Yeah,
hardening. Yeah, he's got them, and they're working. And I like the way it went down mostly for the
yeah,
most part. But I
yeah.
don't
He
know.
wasn't gonna like win 1v1 if we have Thunder Spears as our episode title. We know they're gonna use the missiles
The
that they
Thunder
showed us last
Spirits.
episode. So
Yep.
yeah,
All right. Anything else about this episode?
no, I'm good.
No. Just excited for the next one, right?
Yeah.
All right, guys. What did you think of the episode? let us know in the comments. Give us a like if you like the video. Subscribe if you want to hear more from us each week. Sorry that these are probably going to be late, but maybe this one will come out in a relatively quick amount of time. Apologies in advance. We did get a bit of feedback. I believe at least one individual commented on our info dump video or our update video, whatever we want to call it, that you'd love to hear us do Attack on Titan videos. So that's what we're doing. And for other, I think there might have been a couple of other people maybe who said they'd like to hear it, or I think, what was it? The new Slayer. What was it? Something Slayer anime. It's the one with the demons and his sister turns into a demon. I think someone mentioned that one to watch. Someone mentioned One Punch Man, I think, maybe. Either way, we'll see. We are keeping up with those, or at least I am. I don't know about you, Alex. For the demon one, we did just watch One Punch Man. So we might have a dedicated podcast, anime cast for the rest of the shows, but keep Attack on Titan as singular episodes. At any rate, I don't want this video to get too long, so catch you next time.
Yep. See ya.
Say, keep it juicy.
All right. You're supposed to do it. You're the host.
No, but keep juicy.
You don't have to make it weird.